Hello everyone, welcome back to Shadowtoys photography and things of that nature. Everyone keeps asking, where's there Mr. Freeze? I say, I'm coming, chill out! Alright. Now, Mezco finally released their Mr. Freeze, and let me tell you, he's been worth the wait. Some people are like, oh, he's been 3 years. Technically 4. First time I saw this guy was at New York Comic-Con 2019 in the beautiful Mezco booth. I think that was the last time they may have even been there. And yeah, let me tell you, it is so sweet to finally have him in hand. I got him all hooked up here, all his bells, whistles, gizmos, what have you. We'll take a look at him and we'll kind of deconstruct him, go through all his bells and whistles, I guess. But let's take a look up close. I got his alt head sculpt in there, his breather mask. Like, check out all the detail in that suit. His sculpted suit and also his cloth goods suit there. 2 suits. I know this isn't the Arnold version. I know this is the more like Mr. Freeze, Victor Freeze version, but kind of talks robotic. But that's but come on, Arnold's the best. Can't be an Arnold. Yeah, look at all that detail, the sculpting. This is flocked, and that means it's kind of like fuzzy. It's supposed to represent like freezer burn. You know, you open your freezer, you got all that white stuff there from it freezing for too long. Just going on. We've got his gun, his extra handgun, the wire, his suit, the boots. I love the treads underneath. It's kind of low-key my favorite part here, because that's a really interesting design, really interesting. I dig it. Yeah, just the frost on the back here. Now, this comes off. I'm not going to do it because it was such a pain to put back on. I'm like, oh, this is too, well, not a pain, but too long to take it off and put it on for this video anyway. But, so this pops off. You pop the batteries in there, and then you hit the button up here. And you kind of see these ones up top aren't lighting up. I hope that's part of the design and mine isn't just faulty, but as you can see, everything lights up in there. And I hope my lights aren't drowning it out. No, you could see them in there. His I don't know, frost oxygen pumping through there, keeping him chilled out. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like the ease and playability of the buttons. Mezco, that was something I wanted Mezco to change with some of their light up abilities. Just have it more playability and ease, but not so easy where I'm going to hit it where I'm like kind of messing with the figure. But yeah, and then, well, let's turn on all the lights on. You turn that on, and then on the gun, you pop this off and you pop the batteries in there, and this is the button here, and that lights up there. Now it's more of a white LED light, not exactly clear. It's got a slight blue hue to it, but I wish it was more like the back here. You know, and my only other little complaint was I wish one of his snow blast abilities, which we'll get into, attached to his gun. That would have been really cool. He's got it hold in there, and he holds it just well. He can hold it with one arm. I'll go over his articulation, all that good stuff, but showing off the bells and whistles first, and now we'll kind of deconstruct him. Well, let's now he's all together, let's go into his extra stuff. He's got this is the head he comes with, and I'll take off his helmet and show you the alt head he has. But this is the one out of package, just stoic, and he's got that extra head pop in there, so we can pop that an extra body. I have one over here. And out of the box, he comes with the fist hands, and they're very easy to take off, nice and easy. Really like the sculpture and design in there, really nice. Yeah, so they weren't too bad. 2 open right hands, I guess, to hold the rifle there. He's got a left hand kind of gripping if you want to switch hands. And I've got both his trigger fingers on there, one for his handgun and one for that. So that's pretty good. Decent amount of hands. Of course, he comes with his, like I showed off before, his frost effects. This also has the flocked feel. And this attaches onto a figure. Here, let's bring in the bat. And it says it just tension holds. So, I'm gonna hold that on there. It's like, got you in your tummy. But it kind of looks like he's shooting out ice out of his stomach. But yeah, that holds. I mean, this is kind of a huge Batman, armored Batman, but we'll try it on a regular figure. But it did hold there for a minute. And then it's got the face one. And kind of shut him up there. So there you go. Can still breathe, but that's about it. And lastly is the big ice. So he like shoots Batman's leg. No way is that going to fit in there. It's way too big. But maybe you could a little bit stick on there. Up in the background here. And get the idea. Kind of have to hold him, but his leg is caught. And maybe you might be able to put an arm through there. If you want to stick it somewhere or something like that. Like stuck to the ground. You know, something. I know this is like terrible, but he's a big guy here. So yeah, that works pretty well. So that's, besides all the accessories that are on him, his cape's going to be in the shot, but it's okay. Besides everything that's on him, that's pretty much all he comes with besides the normal bag, which is needed to hold all this stuff. And of course his, let me grab it here, Mr. Freeze stand base. And of course it has the hook, the plastic arm that's strong, but with Mr. Freeze, I'm not too sure if it's needed because he doesn't really do any flying type poses. You know, this is basically the main pose that he does. I mean, he doesn't really do too much else other than shoot the gun. Oh, something else I have to shout Mezco out for it because they've been doing it nonstop. The instructions, beautiful instructions. And yeah, they explain everything pretty well, as you can see. Gun holster, the helmet, rebreather, the wire, the gun. And that is my my only other minor complaint I gotta say is they only gave him one wire. And because you could put it in, it says you could put him in all the ports here, and you could put it into the little handgun as well, and a bunch of ports in here. But I figured he should have one for the big gun and then another one for the handgun. And they've usually in the past, I feel like Mezco's thrown in like a bunch of wires. What was it, with Nemo? I think it was. No, not Nemo. The other guy. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now. Forgive me, I can't remember his name. The other underwater guy, and I reviewed him too. Shame on me. I'll remember. With the Aquaticons, you know who I'm talking about. He came with a lot of hoses and stuff like that, and yeah, so I feel a little gypped on the hose. It is the minorest of gripes, but yeah, and it's nothing special. It's just a little wire there. I mean, it looks pretty cool, like a snow hose, but I don't want to keep talking about hoses here. But yeah, just one more would have been fine. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Otherwise, perfect figure. Now let's get into him. Of course, this pops off the helmet. As you can see, it's got looks like a Magneto type design in there, which is really cool. And there's his other head. But to pull the rebreather off, or the other breathing apparatus, you kind of have to take his head off, which is the safest way. And yeah, you can see all the detail in there, which is really, really nice. His head pops on there, and he's a frowny face. So sad. But then you can put this on without it. Does this helmet make my face look fat? Yes, it makes it look very oblong, elongated. I'm finding the right word there, but yeah. Oh, his wire came loose. Yeah, there's another little thing is they don't stay in those ports. I may have to put a little drop of glue in there and get them to stay. But yeah, not too bad. But of course his head, I mean, you saw the joint it's on, it gets all the movement. So, you know, get him to aim down there. Yeah, he looks pretty menacing. Pretty menacing. I'm enjoying this figure a lot. It's very, very nice. Very nice. He does have the double jointed elbows there, so he could do the Terminator. Now, I was afraid he was going to come with single jointed, but because like I said, he's such an old figure. I didn't know if they'd update that, but they definitely did. We'll get into that right now. Pop the gun off, but you can see the rest of the gun there. It's really, really cool. Both sides, the top. You're shooting down the barrel there. Really nice, really nice. Yeah, I guess when I got this arm there. Now, his suit, though, in some places, because here, let me bring him up close. See, this is cloth. This is cloth, but this is like a rubbery, not exactly rubber, but it's like a pleather type material. Tongue twister there. But yeah, so it does hinder, but he does get, you know, the double joints. I could feel it in there. He's just not getting that range. Like, I feel it move from up here, and I feel it move from down here. And the bicep cut is up here. So yeah, definitely thank you, Mezco, for the double J's on him. But he is a little restricted. I don't want to say restricted. I want to say because of his suit, he's cumbersome. He's very cumbersome. So do the ab crunch. He does get a crunch, but like this huge apparatus thing, like you see, he does have it, but it's like this huge thing on his back. It doesn't come off. I don't think it comes. No, it's that's the whole sculpt there. Yeah. Yeah. So he does get not bad, not too much side to side. A little bit twist. Can he do the twist? Yeah, he can. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And then this handgun thing, you got to take his sorry, just nervous about knocking stuff over. You kind of got to take that off there, and it kind of clips. And this just kind of, as you can see there, it just clips right on the belt there. And here's the handgun. Here, let's put it in his hand. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it does have a port. I'm not going to mess with trying to plug the wire in, switching the one wire in and out. But yeah, you needed, maybe I have one, because like I said, it's not anything special of a wire. Maybe I have one of those. It's just like it just looks like a figure zip tie, you know? Maybe I can use one and do that, but it's kind of a bummer that I have to. Yeah, can't really get the Terminator. A little bit. He's kind of holding it up, but yeah, he does not look happy, but he looks so menacing. That is so awesome. Clout. All right. And then the legs, well, this is where he gets a little restricted, because see, it's weird. So his crotch ends about there, but look how much space they gave in the outfit, and you would think it'd give him more room. Maybe I have to move the outfit around, but okay, his leg is kicking up now, because before I could not get his leg to kick up that much, because it is, yeah, you would think, yeah, because up here it pulls, and then over here it pulls a little bit. We thought the extra, maybe it just needs to be worked, because like I said, this is cloth, pleather, cloth, so this is that pleather in there. Maybe it just needs to be played with a little bit. But again, yeah, and then when he tries to double bend, he does have the double joints in here, but it's not really, it's getting a little, it's pulling. Where is it pulling? Here a little bit. So they gave that extra crotch space for him to bend the knee. Okay, there we go. You kind of just have to work it around a bit. So it is a little, yeah, I guess restricted. You could say a little restricted there in this regard. He does have the thigh cut. I said bicep up here. I hope I did. This is the thigh cut. Usually mix them up sometimes. I know the difference, but words. Yeah, so the boot cut there, the material allows for the boot to spin, so that's good. And he does get, for a big boot, not too much the side to side. But fair up and down, I would say. So yeah, despite all this stuff on him, he gets a fair amount of movement. Now, I don't expect him to be agile like Spider-Man, but let's put his helmet on for the comparisons, because that's going to be his real height there. You know, he's not, Mr. Freeze isn't exactly known for his kicks. Let's bring in Batman. Let's go right to comparisons here. Whereas Mr. Freeze isn't known for his agility, but he does need to move, and I feel like they gave the right amount. Here's Superman, the latest Superman, so in DC. So he's pretty tall. Actually, towers over the new Superman, honestly. And if you notice this background, the real OGs might remember this background here. This is actually the 90s Kenner Batman Returns Penguin Lair back at the Wayne Manor there. Yes, the whole Wayne Manor's in there. I managed to squeeze that on the desk despite all the lack of space I have. But yeah, ran and got that, and just for this review, I like it. It works pretty well with this. But anyways, here's the comparison. Let's move on. Let's get Batsies to the side here. Let's put in Ultraman. Let's tuck him in. So Ultraman's about the same height. There we go. Let's see, more Mezco, more Mezco. Let's get in Michael. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Let's bring in Cousin Eddie with the Custom Jobbers Butcher head sculpt. You can get him there. Stand, actually stand. Let's move Mr. Myers out. He doesn't knock everyone over here. No, you know. Ooh, he's knocking stuff over. Michael, not behaving. But as you can see, Mr. Freeze is the normal guy height. Oh, you know what? I promised a little head swap action. Let's do that. Let's bring in a Death Broker's body, because this is I think this is the closest thing that would work. And yeah, there we go. I mean, I got to take that green off, maybe give him a blue tie, but as you can see, you know, that works. Hope the customizers, hope this is getting their customizing creative juices flowing. Yeah, not bad. An out-of-suit. You want to have out-of-suit shots or something if he's in his lair, his cold lair. I don't know why he would need a suit, honestly. He, like, just does science stuff and robs banks, right? I mean, I haven't gotten too much into the lore of Mr. Freeze, just what, you know, everyone else remembers of the helping his wife out, and then of course, the silly movie, which wasn't too bad. Let's bring in one more for the female punchline and the Catwoman body. So yeah, she scales. They scale well together, I'd say. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, let's bring in a couple other lines real quick, and then we'll get going. Let's bring in McFarlane, Superwoman here, and Owlman, the owl. Owlman. Who's not gonna stand, Owlman? Forgive my hand, but I'm holding him normal height, and yeah, well, they tower over him like they should. Let's see, let's bring in some random stuff here. Let's bring in Indiana Jones from Hasbro, just to get an idea of scale. Let's bring in Figure Arts, Buzz, get Indy out of there. Let's bring in probably one of everyone's top 10 figure of the year, the Spiral there. That figure's really, really good. Here's, whoops, NBD. Cal Kestis, the hottest Jedi around right now. Yeah, they scale pretty well in there. Let's see, what else? Let's get into Mythic Legion. Just for an idea of scale. They may not go together. Some of these may not even make sense. But again, geez, BD. BD, no. Oh, BD's gone. We lost BD. Oh, we'll get him back. Yeah, I don't even know what else here. I think we covered everything, honestly. Everything I could think of. NECA, maybe? One more. NECA. Oh my gosh. I was going to say Abby. It certainly isn't Abby, is it? I'm drawing a blank. Oh my gosh. Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. Ellie. Whoops. I'm knocking stuff over. I'm a huge mess. It's been a long day. Ellie, goodness gracious. My gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot that name. But yeah, Mr. Freeze is an excellent figure from Mezco. I cannot complain. I'm very happy. Worth the wait? Yes. Excellent figure? Yes. Any complaints? None. Just a little extra wire, that's it. I recommend getting him while you can, while he's out now. Summer's coming, so you'll need to chill out. And yeah, recommend getting him. Thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed.